Two people, same city, same age, same paycheck. It is a Tuesday night. One of them is on the couch, phone in hand, Afterpay open. A jacket, $64, split into four payments of 16. They do not even think about it. Tap, done. The other one is also on the couch, same city, Austin, same kind of apartment. They are looking at the same jacket, same price. They close the app. They open their bank account. They check the balance. They buy it with their debit card, the full 64 gone. Neither of them thinks this moment matters. It is just a jacket. It is late. The apartment is quiet, the kind of quiet where you can hear the air conditioner cycle on and off. One of them is already asleep. The other is scrolling through something else. Neither of them knows that somewhere in a server, in a database they have never seen, something just got written down or did not get written down. That is the thing. One of them just added a line to a file. The other one did not. And right now, tonight, it does not matter. 3 years from now, it will. Two rivers leaving the same lake, same water, same starting point. One of them cuts through rock, leaves a channel, gets deeper, gets visible from above. The other one goes underground, disappears. Still moving, still real, but invisible to anyone looking down. That is what is happening here, not with water, with credit. 25 years old, Austin, Texas. One of them works in marketing coordination at a mid-sized tech company. The other does retail, different jobs. Same take home, about 40,000 a year. Same apartment complex, actually different buildings. They know each other from the pool. They do not talk about money. Nobody at 25 talks about money, not real money, not the file that follows, you kind of money. One of them, the marketing coordinator, uses buy now, pay later for almost everything, not because they are broke, because it is there, because it is free, because every checkout screen on Target.com says pay in four with Afterpay and four payments of $16. Feels like nothing. A pair of shoes, a coffee machine, a birthday gift, a coat. It adds up, but each individual purchase feels invisible. The other one, retail, uses their debit card for everything. Everything. They had a moment at 19 where a friend got into credit card debt, and it scared them. So they decided no credit, no debt, no loans. If they cannot pay for it right now in full, with money they already have, they do not buy it. Both of these decisions feel responsible. Both of these people think they are doing the right thing. And both rivers keep moving, one above ground, one below. I stayed with this for a while. The two of them, I kept thinking about what the system was doing in the background while they were just living. Let me stay with the first one for a while. The one tapping Afterpay and Klarna and Zip at every checkout. Over 3 years, they accumulate roughly 7 buy now, pay later accounts. According to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's December 2025 market report, the average BNPL user took 6.3 loans per lender in 2023, an 11% increase from 5.7 in 2022. Some through Afterpay, some through Klarna, a couple through Affirm for slightly bigger purchases. They pay most of them on time, most, not all. There are two that slip. One in year one, they forgot the payment method on file had expired, and they did not notice for 11 days. One in year two, the paycheck was late and the automatic deduction bounced. Two missed payments out of maybe 30 transactions over 3 years. That does not sound bad. Here is what it looks like on paper, though, in the credit file. As of now, and this part is shifting, FICO announced in 2025 that it will incorporate BNPL data into credit scores through its FICO score 10 BNPL models. Those models will be available at credit bureaus concurrently. With BNPL data being furnished at scale, the landscape is changing. Some providers report, some do not. Klarna and Afterpay have opted not to send BNPL data to credit bureaus, citing concerns about how short-term installment products would be interpreted within traditional credit reporting frameworks. But the ones that went to collections, those got reported. The CFPB puts it plainly: if you do not repay your BNPL loan and it is turned over to a debt collector, it could be reported to a credit reporting company and hurt your credit scores. A debt collector does not care whether Afterpay reported the on-time payments. The debt collector reports the miss. That number, that is real. So this person, 28 now, has a credit file that tells a partial story. The on-time payments might not be there, but the two late ones, or at least the one that went far enough, that is there, plus whatever other credit activity they have. A credit card they opened at 23, maybe a small auto loan. Their file is not empty. Their file is mixed, and mixed at 28. With limited history, looks like somewhere around 680. Multiple sources put the average credit score for Gen Z Americans at roughly 680. 680, not terrible, not great. It qualifies for most things, but not for the best rates on any of them. And here is the part that sits with me. This is not financial advice. It is just what the data says about how the system reads a file like this. A 680 with mixed payment history and multiple small installment accounts looks to an algorithm like someone who borrows frequently and occasionally slips. The algorithm does not know it was a jacket. The algorithm does not know the payment method expired. The algorithm does not know anything about you. It knows the file. The river cut through rock, left marks. Some of the marks are fine, some are not. Now the other one, 3 years, debit card only every purchase. 40,000 a year flowing through a checking account. Rent paid on time every single month, utilities, phone bill, groceries. Everything. None of it reported. A phone charging on the nightstand. A Wells Fargo checking account. With autopay set up for every bill, 3 years of perfect behavior. And a blank page. The CFPB has studied the population of credit invisibles, Americans with no credit history, at any of the 3 major bureaus, and those with files too thin to generate a score. Their most recent corrected estimate, updated in June 2025, found that roughly 2.7% of U.S. adults are fully credit invisible, with an additional share having unscored records. The total population without a usable credit score remains in the tens of millions. This person, the debit card only person, is one of them. At 28, they try to get an apartment, a nicer one. The landlord runs a credit check. There is nothing there, not bad marks. Nothing. The landlord sees a blank page. Some landlords will accept that with a larger deposit. Some will not. They try to get pre-approved for a car loan. The system comes back with not denied exactly. Just nothing to work with. They would need a cosigner, or they would need to accept a rate meant for someone. The system cannot evaluate, which in practice is a rate meant for someone the system does not trust. This person paid for everything on time for 3 years, and the system does not know. The underground river, still flowing, still clean, but nobody looking down can see it. According to FICO's research published in March 2026, 85% of BNPL customers experienced score changes of fewer than 10 points when BNPL data was simulated into credit scores. 97% of highly active users, 5 or more accounts, experienced changes of fewer than 20 points. Here is what is happening right now in this exact moment in time. The credit scoring system is in the middle of deciding what to do with buy, now pay, later data. FICO has built new models, FICO Score 10 BNPL, designed specifically to incorporate this data. They are waiting for bureaus to make BNPL data available at scale. When that happens, on-time BNPL payments could start helping scores for the first time, which means the first person, 680, with mixed history, might see those on-time payments finally count. Their score could shift, maybe up, maybe stabilize. And the second person, still invisible because they never borrowed anything. I keep coming back to that 3 years of being careful. And the reward for being careful is being invisible. According to the Motley Fool Money 2025 Buy Now, Pay Later Trends Report, which surveyed 2,000 adults in November 2025. 29% of BNPL users had paid late, including 39% of Gen Z. You probably know someone in that 39%. You might be in it. You might also know someone who has paid cash for everything since they were 19 and now cannot get approved for a credit card with a reasonable limit. You probably know that person too. You might be that person. That is the thing about this. It is not a story where one person did it right and one person did it wrong. It is a story where the system is measuring something, and you might not know what you are feeding it or not feeding it. It is like, when you are at Target and the person ahead of you pulls out their phone and splits a $40 purchase into 4 payments. And you think, why would anyone do that for $40? And then you swipe your debit card and feel responsible about it. Both of you just made a decision about your credit file, and neither of you was thinking about your credit file. The CFPB's December 2025 market report found that 53.6 million consumers took at least one buy, now pay later loan in 2023, a 12% increase from 2022. Total dollar originations grew from 35.8 billion to 45.2 billion. That is roughly 1 in 5 adults. And the system, the credit scoring system, is still figuring out what to do with all of them. FICO says 85% of BNPL users would see fewer than 10 points of change when the data is incorporated. That is not a crisis. That is a calibration. But the question is not whether your score goes up or down by 8 points. The question is whether you have a score at all. The Federal Reserve's 2025 report on the economic well-being of U.S. households found that 15% of adults used BNPL at least once in 2024, with usage skewing heavily toward consumers under 45. One path gives you a file, maybe imperfect, maybe mixed, but a file. The other path gives you silence. And here is what I think about when I think about these two people. Neither of them sat down at 25 and said, I am going to build my credit file by splitting a $64 jacket into 4 payments. And neither of them said, I am going to make myself invisible to the system by being financially careful. They just lived. And the system watched one of them and did not watch the other. If you are one of them, either of them, and you want to know what your credit report actually says right now, you can pull it for free, annualcreditreport.com, all 3 bureaus. It takes about 4 minutes. You do not need to sign up for anything. You do not need to give a credit card number. You just look and you see what the system sees, or you see the blank page. It is late again. 3 years later, same kind of night. Air conditioner, cycling, phone on the nightstand. One of them has a number 680, imperfect, visible. The other one has a blank page, perfect behavior, invisible. I think about them both. I do not know which one I would rather be. I think about it and I am not sure. And I think that not being sure is the actual point of this. Two rivers, same lake. One you can see from the sky, one you cannot. Which one are you